Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening Sports. It's Tuesday here in the 242. We'll start you off from the tennis courts. We'll catch up with the Bahamas Under-16 Junior Fed Cup team that's playing in the Caribbean qualifier in El Salvador. They began competition on Monday. Again, that team includes Peyton Anderson, Gabrielle Sims, and Perjay Major. You can see the team here along with Coach Mrs. Marion Bain. These are some photos from Monday's action before they went into action on Monday and the opening ceremony. The Junior Fed Cup, by the way, for girls under 16, they started back in 1985. They've got Honduras, Jamaica, Curacao, Trinidad and Tobago, Panama, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Barbados, also there along with the Bahamas and El Salvador. The Bahamas opening competition versus Trinidad and Tobago on Monday, and they lost the tie 2-1. We had Gabrielle Sims lose her single. Peyton Anderson went on to win her singles match to tie things up. Peyton and Gabrielle getting together. They played a tough 3-setter that took a tiebreaker, but they lost that tiebreak to Trinidad and Tobago, so they're 0-1 in tournament play. They'll look to get into the main draw. They'll continue play today. They need a victory if they're going to continue on into the main draw of this tournament. This is a regional qualifier. The top teams here, top countries, will advance to the next round of qualifiers as they try to qualify for the World Championships Fed Cup under 16 girls later this year. From the judo mat, the University of the Bahamas judo team competed over the weekend at the San Jose Buddhist Judo Club at the 27th edition of the Sensei Memorial Invitational at San Jose State University. Raven Penniman in the 52-kilogram division took third place in that competition. Penniman was pleased with her performance, but felt that she kind of left something on the floor. She could have given a little more. Here she is.
I felt I could have done better, honestly. Last third place is good. I learned that
Desmondo Boodle in the 81-kilogram division had a fast start in his competition as well. He scored an ippon, or a full point, on his first opponent after almost 3 minutes of fighting. He didn't have much time to rest up before his next match. He was still recovering from the previous match and engaged into the second match, and fatigue kind of set in, and which left him vulnerable. Needless to say, he did not win that fight despite missing the quarterfinals, though. He was confident that he is continuing to develop and grow under the UB program.
I learned that I need to improve on my stamina in order for me to be able to go into the medal rounds and win those fights, because I felt pretty good, I felt pretty happy. I was pretty happy with my performance in my first match. I got the win, but after that, my second match came up quicker than I expected, and I wasn't fully recovered from my first match. And because I was very tired, I didn't perform as good as I should have in my following matches. So I realized I need to work on my stamina if I want to really do good and go into the medal rounds and win those rounds.
Also on the team, Dre Hall, the only Bahamian to score at the recent Junior World Championships held here in the Bahamas, over there in California. Hall came out strong as well and was able to win his first match with 2 wazaris. That equals a full point. Unfortunately, like Boodle, he too struggled struggled to recover fully, and fatigue kind of set in. And he also fought an opponent that he faced before at the World Championships, and so it kind of got into his head. Let's hear what he had to say following his match. Here is Dre Hall.
Game plan was executed, you know, as predicted, as planned. But my second match, I fought one of my opponents that I fought in Ocean State. He was my the match that I lost for gold. So where I went wrong in that match was that I was thinking too much. I didn't want to make any mistakes I made back in Ocean State. So everything was just messed up, because I was going in for the top, getting it in. Seemed to make a mistake, and he upped the mistake, and that's when he got me.
Taryn Butler was also set to compete at the tournament, but no results in for her. Again, the team led by Coach Tiasi Raming. Sensei Julian Roll has been elected Vice President of the Pan American United Karate Organization. Roll, you see him pictured here, is the president of the Bahamas Karate Association and has 30 years experience. The Pan American organization will host the 4th Continental Championship right here in New Providence sometime this year, 2019. We'll have more details on that in a later report. But congratulations to Julian Roll, which this happened several months ago. But congratulations to Julian Roll, now Vice President of the Pan American United Karate Organization. From the basketball court, Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings continue to have a breakout season in the NBA, but off the court, Buddy is also making his presence felt. Last Thursday, Buddy treated scores of staff members at the Kings Golden One Center corporate offices with a treat he called a guava mousse, a spin off the Bahamian guava duff. They called it the Bahamian dessert in the office. The staff was thrilled with the treat. You can see some of the video here with Buddy walking through the office sharing the treats. They were thrilled with the treats, and there was plenty of love for Buddy as well. Lots of Kings fans are finally seeing the big picture that Buddy is better for the city of Sacramento, and a lot of folks, they were skeptical after DeMarcus Cousins was traded away to New Orleans for Buddy Hield, but now they love Buddy buckets in Sacramento. Buddy and the Kings, they're 30-26, 8th in the Western Conference. The Kings play again on Wednesday versus Denver before going into the All-Star break, where Buddy will be in the three-point shooting competition. And finally, this story came in from our very own Godfrey Eneas. A 79-year-old woman, she's pictured here, a Dodgers fan, died last August after being struck in the head by a foul ball during a game at Dodger Stadium, according to ESPN. A coroner's report indicated that Linda Goldblum, again you can see her here, she died of acute intracranial hemorrhage due to blunt force trauma stemming from a line drive during a game between the Padres and the Dodgers on August 25th. The foul ball was actually hit by Padres outfielder Franmil Reyes. No media outlet really reported on the accident, and the Dodgers stayed quiet about it for quite some time. The Dodgers nor the family is telling whether there will be legal action or an agreement has been reached. According to ESPN, this is the 3rd person in the stands dying after being hit in the head with a baseball. It's the first incident in nearly 50 years, first incident where someone has died, but we have seen in recent times where there are a number of accidents at baseball parks with bats flying, balls flying into the stands, and fans are being hit. So if you go to a baseball, softball game yourself, definitely keep your head on a swivel, keep your eyes on the game. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening Sports. I'm Jerino Saunders.